So recently, I've been wondering if I started the guitar from zero again, what I would have to prioritize in order to improve as fast and as efficient as possible. See, I've been playing for a little over a decade now, and as a self-taught guitarist, I've made all the mistakes possible. Only recently did I change the way I learn, and it made me improve 10 times faster. And so in this video, I drew a list of 10 things to prioritize when learning the guitar. Let's get into it. The first step when learning anything new really is to have a clear objective in mind and a timeline to achieve it. Because for the guitar, when you play without an objective, it leads to randomness and it actually slows your improvement. So whether it's learning a set number of chords in a set amount of time, or learning a specific technique or song, well, you have to have something that drives you when you want to play the guitar. You not only need to visualize this goal, but also the path that leads to it. So a bonus tip for the guitar is to have a long-term objective, like play a concert in front of an audience, and small objectives in the way that will help you stay motivated. Now for number 2, I see too many guitarists today that just skip theory and jump straight into playing the guitar, and usually they get stuck after a few months and just quit. And this is understandable because it's like typing on a computer without knowing where the keys are. It's frustrating, it takes time to get better, and it's not fun. In order to improve at guitar, you need to play it, but also practice the guitar. Dedicate some time to practicing the guitar and to learning some theory, whether it's knowing your fretboard, understanding how chords are built, how progressions work in music, and this will give you a lot more awareness when you're playing. If you want to start practicing the guitar, I made a few videos on the basic music theory you need in order to practice properly. Make sure to check them out. Now for number 3, it's pretty obvious, but the human body learns through consistency and repetition, whether it's when you're practicing sports or music. Well, both work the same. So instead of playing only once or twice per week, try to play every day and implement a small routine at the beginning of each session. It could be a 5-10 minute routine that just consists of trying to find all the notes on your fretboard, playing your octaves, your caged chords, whatever. Just have this routine set so that your muscles start remembering and play naturally. Now for the 4th point, I see too many players just quit the guitar because they either play too much and don't focus enough on music theory, and so they feel stuck pretty quickly, or on the opposite, they practice too much and don't see any fun in the guitar. And so the greatest tip would be to prioritize a good balance between practice and play. So I suggest you learn new techniques through songs you like, in addition to practicing separately. Because yes, there are a lot of practice exercises that are super efficient but can be pretty boring, so try to mix it up and add in some songs you really want to learn, and the fun will come along the way. Now speaking of techniques, number 5 consists of focusing on one technique at a time instead of being overwhelmed by everything you want to learn. We all have that excitement when we start the guitar and we instantly want to play scales, want to improvise, but also want to play chords and riffs and hard songs all at the same time, and this is overwhelming and unproductive. The key is to focus on one technique at a time. For instance, learn a specific riff that will teach you how to bend your strings, or learn a song that will teach you a specific strumming pattern that you can later on apply to your own creations. But remember, one technique at a time, and only when you master the set technique, you can move on to the next. Now for point number 6, I believe that we have to talk about timing, because playing fast is seemingly the most impressive skill on the guitar, but people tend to overestimate the time needed to master it and rush too much in songs or play without timing, and it's really hard to listen to. Timing is key in music, and this applies to the guitar as well. It's better to play at a slower tempo but with perfect timing than at a faster tempo but with terrible timing. Now for number 7, I already made a full video about training your ear because I believe it is one of the most important skills to develop as a beginner on the guitar. You need to consider your ear as a muscle that requires training and practice. You can check the video for a step-by-step process that will help you implement ear training to your learning. But to sum it up, you have to use your ear before using your memory. Listen to a song you want to learn and try to find the melody by ear and not with a tab. This will give you fretboard awareness and will help you recognize intervals and specific progressions later on. Point number 8 is directly linked to number 7. Once you train your ear, you'll be able to create your own music, and that is key to improving on the guitar but also having fun, creating your own progressions, your own melodies. It is what will keep you playing. So even if at first it's just 2 to 3 chords or 2 to 3 notes, as long as you created it and you like it, well, vibe with it, go ahead. In addition to that, try your own variations of famous songs. Add a few melodies, a few notes here and there, and it will give your personality and your emotions to the famous song. Now for number 9, when we first play the guitar and we try out a few chords, the sound is pretty awful, right? Because the finger placement is hard at first. But many guitar players don't spend enough time perfecting their placements on the fingers, and so with time this accumulates and the sound is never great. So having a perfect sound right off the bat is what will get you ahead of many players, because it's easier to fix in the beginning than after years of habits. And finally, don't overdo it. Learning a new instrument is really serious and requires a lot of investment and time if you want to get good at it. And there's a thin line between fun and boredom. If you play too much or if you practice too much, you'll get frustrated and will want to move on. And practice will become a chore instead of the initial fun it was. So regulate your playing. Try to play every day, but not too much. Don't overdo it. With these 10 priorities in mind, it will give you the awareness you need in order to decide whether you want to play the guitar and get good at it or start something else. But if you stick with it, I can guarantee that it'll be fun and you'll get really good really fast. And if you want to go more in depth, I made a full roadmap that includes a 21-day program to help you get started on the guitar. It's the first link in the description. In the meantime, make sure to check out my other videos, and I'll see you for the next one.